actually are now honored to have item D honoring Mary Esther Augustine. We do have that item this evening. And what, gonna start?
Yes, it's a pleasure this evening to honor an individual that has provided incredible, remarkable service to the school district for many, many years. I, of course, just met Mary Esther when I came in 2008, and she was, I know at that time, very involved with working with our students, particularly around encouraging them to apply for and continue their education in four-year colleges and universities, but those who have known Mary Esther for longer than that know that she has provided invaluable service and made contributions to the district in the many roles that she had served in over her 40 plus years, 45 plus years to the district. So at this point, I think it's very appropriate that the board and all of us applaud and recognize Mary Esther for her all of her services to the district.
Well, just real briefly before, we'd love to hear from you. The board on this past Friday evening at our at a special board meeting did pass resoundingly a resolution number 21, 2013-2014, recognizing the contributions of Mary Esther Augustine, whereas Mary Esther Augustine has devoted 45 years of her educational career to the district, and whereas Mary Esther Augustine has held high academic, social, and professional expectations for students, and whereas Mary Esther Augustine encouraged and supported involvement of parents and community to create a sense of family. And whereas Mary Esther Augustine, through education, has inspired innovation to promote equity in ending racist and classist practices. And whereas Mary Esther Augustine made herself available to parents, staff, and community members to express and integrate their ideas to improve the district. And whereas for all these reasons and many more, the Emery Unified School District is indebted to Mary Esther Augustine and thank her for all that she has accomplished. And now be it resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Emery Unified School District hereby recognizes Mary Esther Augustine for her professionalism, sense of community, compassion, and dedication in teaching generations of children in the Emeryville community, and wishes Mrs. Augustine good fortune in her next endeavors. So with that, I did want to, before you come up, maybe just, I have more words. I have a few words that I wanted to share in terms of reflection, and then perhaps if there's other comments from the board, and then if you wouldn't mind, please coming to the podium and be recognized. One thing that I missed out on saying on Sunday evening was the fact that so many paths, because of you, I'm where I am from a career standpoint and here on this board, and you just reminded me of those. you just really brought it home for me on Sunday. So as a student here, Mrs. Augustine was, you know, essential to my going to the four-year college specifically where I attended. And with that, I came back home, was always interested in community service, and she said, you want a tutor, you want a mentor? And I was like, sure. I think it was here at this school site. And after that, somebody saw me and said, you want to apply for the school board? Sure, why not? And so it's been with that I've sat not only, even with my intern position at Chiron at the time, same person. I look back, it's still Mrs. Augustine. It had so much to do with it. And it's just so powerful for me to know that you've always been there for students, a child like myself, and still a child, and I still look to you. And it's quite phenomenal to have such a strong woman be part of, you know, the fabric of the school and definitely of this community for all the children that you've helped and all the families that you've supported over the years. And I all roads of my success lead back to you, and I really appreciate everything. And I still look to you for everything. So I just wanted to appreciate you publicly and in front of the TV camera and as well, just so you know that your legacy is tremendous, and it just trickles down just as it's supposed to. So I just wanted to really appreciate that, that what you've done for me personally. So I had to say that. Please.
Well, Ms. Augustine, I want to thank you for your commitment to this district, the commitment to the children and families that you have been a part of for, decades, and for years and for many, many years. And even your support of me when I first came on the board, you were very supportive, and I still remember that, and I appreciate it. And I don't know what it is about retirement, but I mean, I'm looking here, actually, you look about 10 years younger than you did before you retired. You look very, very well. You look excellent. So thank you for all your work, and continue to come back and see us sometime.
Ms. Augustine, I haven't had the pleasure of meeting you, but your reputation precedes you, and I'm really honored to be sitting on the board at a time where we get to honor you. And if you could produce one Melody Dice, you've done a life's work. But fortunately, you've produced many, many Melody Dices over the course of your career. So thank you for your service.
I'll quickly go. I also have not had the pleasure of meeting you or working with you, but at our last meeting, just hearing everything that both Melody and Miguel had to say about you, you sound like a wonderful woman, and sounds like the district was very, very lucky to have you. And I wish you lots of fun and excitement in your retirement.
And I'm sad that I did not get a chance to know you and that you are retiring. So I want to be the first one to say, retirement's overrated. You should stick with the district for a while. So, and thank you for your service. And I was overwhelmed hearing all the things that you had accomplished, and it was very touching. And so I'll hand it back to Melody and say thank you.
And just one note that with her permission, I did initiate a scholarship in her honor through the Emery Ed Fund. So there will be opportunity for people to support students in their development as was done for me, and as I continue to hope to do for others. But through her, Mrs. Augustine's, she's willingly accepted being named as the Mary Esther Augustine Scholarship. And so that has started, or that's been initiated, and I just want to thank you again for allowing us to honor you and continue to honor you, as well as support additional students or more students to come. So if you wouldn't mind coming up perhaps to the podium and giving us a few words of encouragement we need.
Let's see if I remember my protocol. President of the board, board members, administrators, and present people. It is with sadness, but oh, I wouldn't give it up for anything to have this moment to transition from my years with Emery into my future. Emery has been so much in terms of fulfillment on a personal level, on an educational level, and a spiritual level. I came from a very upper middle class school district where I was the first African American high school teacher and counselor, Castro Valley Unified School District. I had every intention of returning to Castro Valley while I was on maternity leave when the superintendent's secretary, and the superintendent then was Higday, had his secretary to call me and to ask me to come in. I had no idea of what it really was they wanted. He wanted Emery Unified School District to be integrated not only with the students but the faculty. And so I became the first African American counselor for females. We had an African American counselor for males. And so that is how I got here, and I promised that I would remain as long as I could as a caretaker of that vision of a diversified, egalitarian, forward-moving district. I've seen so much, but what I have seen has made me humbled. The indomitable spirit of this district, the willingness to step back and to try again and to keep trying until you get it right. And that is what I think the board has. It has maintained that, okay, we can get it right, and we will get it right. As long as you can say, okay, I made a mistake. I hired that Mary Esther Augustine, but you say, we can do better. We will show her how to be an Emery person. And it happened. So much, so many stories, but the stories that I keep close to me are the stories of the students. I know we're made up of administrators, teachers, consultants. We're made of classified, certificated, but the most precious, the lives of the students. If we can make a difference in one student's life, in one family's hope, we have made one more person available to say, I can rise above whatever circumstances I was born into. I can even improve upon the circumstances and opportunities that I was born into. Because not all of our students were helpless. We had some strong middle-class students who needed sometimes more guidance than the other students who were trying to understand what is this American promise. But our job, your job, and your job is never lose sight of who you're in business for, and make education not only a business so that it'll run right and profit, but make it a soulful experience so you'll have a whole person coming out. Emery gave me the opportunity to contribute. I am so blessed, and I have stayed young because of the energy that has poured to me. And you do. Give it out, and you will get it back so much. Thank you for allowing me to, and may you continue on your road, because you're really good, decent people who want to be what is needed to make this district a district of service to students first and to families second. Thank you, thank you.
Oh, don't go away.
I'm still working on mine.
Believe me, I am.
I'm still working on mine, but what I wanted to do was present you a copy of that same resolution framed for you to take home with you and hang on your wall, and just thank you again so much.
This will be in my bedroom. Only a few people are allowed there. Now we have the board. Okay, and thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Augustine.
Okay, thank you, and if there's members of the public that wish to make comments to Mrs. Special Mary Esther Augustine, please do so at this time. Thank you. And my mic wasn't on, but you got it.
Hi, my name is Ingrid Eliason. I'm a teacher librarian at Annie Yates Elementary School, and it's my pleasure to say that my entire career, tonight I'm not going to cry, tonight I can actually speak. So it's my pleasure to say my entire career is because of this wonderful lady, Mary Esther Augustine. Now I'm going to start. 20 years ago in August, I was interviewed by Mary Esther Augustine and then Superintendent Dr. J.L. Handy for a position as 6th grade English social studies teacher. And never in my wildest dreams did I imagine it would lead me to this place here today. And it's all thanks to this lady, to her guidance, to her love, to her devotion to me and other teachers and students and members of the Emeryville community. This wonderful woman has devoted her entire professional career to our district. There is nothing I can say to express how much admiration, love, and devotion I have for her. And I want to say to you, Mary Esther, thank you for everything you have done for Emory Unified School District, Emeryville students, Emeryville teachers, and Emeryville parents. Thank you, my darling woman, and I hope you really enjoy that well-earned retirement that you're finally going to get to enjoy. Thank you very much.
Juliet Dunn, Wellness Director, quick. Gates Millennium Scholar, 6 incentive awards or more to UC Berkeley. A lot of things people don't understand or don't remember that she did. Nobody else was there. Having the first college the historically black colleges come year after year after year signing up our students. That was Mary Esther Augustine, period.
Dawn Turner, Annie Yates Elementary School teacher. You know, we could go on and on about Mary Esther. 45 years doing the work that I think a lot of people would have given up on or retired from at least 20 years ago. I just want to share with you just the extent of Mary's reach. Just recently, this past Saturday, she was giving out scholarships through her sorority. So her work never ends. And I know even though she's retired, so to speak, she will continue to see that children are headed to college and that she follows up with them as well. So I think we cannot give her enough accolades. We love her. We've always appreciated all the work that she's done for our students and family. And she's been supportive to everyone. Thank you, Mary.
Any other public comments? Well, by no means is it over, but know that we do plan to continue to honor you through the awarding of scholarships for deserving students as we go on, and truly appreciate all the remarkable work that you've done, and you are truly a phenomenal woman. So I am honored to be president at this time to even deliver that message to you. completely full circle in so many ways, and I'm thoroughly excited about our continued friendship and family, our familyship. So with that, we'll conclude this part of the agenda. But again, just thank you so much, and appreciate your being here this evening for our ability to honor you. So thank you again.